Welcome to Sommelier in Italy. Many people think that all Japanese green tea is the same, but Matcha, Sencha and Bancha are three completely different worlds. Today, I'll explain the essential differences so you can understand which tea to choose. All three come from the same plant, Camellia sinensis, but they differ in the time of harvest and the processing method. And this completely changes the taste, energy, and use. Matcha is the most famous Japanese tea in the world. It's not a leaf tea, but a very fine powder with an intense green color, made from Sencha leaves. These plants are grown in the shade for several weeks before harvesting. This process increases the chlorophyll and L-theanine, which give matcha its unique taste and special properties. After harvesting, the leaves are steamed, stripped of their veins, and ground into an impalpable powder using stone mills. It's a slow and precise job. To produce 30 grams of matcha, the mills can take up to an hour. Preparing matcha is a ritual. The powder is sifted, hot water is added, and the chasen, a bamboo whisk, is used to create a soft and bright foam. It is the heart of the Japanese tea ceremony, a moment of beauty and focus. The taste of matcha is creamy, vegetal, and intense, with a natural sweetness that hints almost of white chocolate. It has a rather high caffeine content, comparable to that of coffee, but the presence of L-theanine makes it different. The effect is a calm focus, an energy without nervousness, ideal for studying and meditation. For the Japanese, matcha is not just a beverage but a symbol of harmony, respect, and being present with oneself. It is the tea that unites ritual and strength, tradition and modernity. In fact, today we also find it in cooking, in desserts, and in creative drinks. Sencha is probably the most widely consumed green tea in all of Japan. If you enter a Japanese home, almost always, the first thing they will offer you is a cup of sencha. It is made from the first leaves of the plant, harvested at the beginning of the season, when the plant is still fresh and full of spring energy. This makes it very different from late-season teas like Bancha. The leaves are more tender and richer in nutrients. The taste is distinctive, fresh, vegetal, sometimes with that marine note reminiscent of seaweed. It has a touch of astringency, but this is balanced by sweetness and roundness if prepared at the right temperature. It also has just enough umami flavor which the Japanese enjoy, without the intense experience of a gyokuro. For the Japanese, sencha represents the essence of everyday life. It's not a ceremonial rarity like matcha, but a gesture of hospitality made from the heart. Offering a cup of sencha means saying welcome, relax, you are at home. In terms of energy, it contains a moderate amount of caffeine, enough to give a gentle boost, but without the intensity of matcha. That's why it's perfect to drink several times a day, and it's the quality choice for the majority of Japanese people. Matcha is considered the tea of simplicity. It doesn't require much attention to timing or water temperature. In Japan, it's often used at lunch and dinner, because it accompanies meals without overpowering their flavors and is more affordable than sencha. It's a tea that's gentle on the stomach, contains little caffeine, and is therefore considered especially suitable for children or to drink right before going to sleep. For this very reason, it's also seen as a family-friendly tea. If we look at the leaves, we immediately notice the difference. They're not tender and thin, but rather tougher, with a less vibrant green color. Precisely because of this characteristic, when infused, they release a clear and delicate liquor, with a smooth, mildly astringent taste, slightly toasted, and sometimes a bit smoky, especially in the case of Bancha. Its cultural value is special. If Matcha represents ceremony, Sencha stands for hospitality. Bancha represents the simple rural life of everyday people, even in the most remote and lesser-known places where ancient traditions have been preserved. It is the tea of families, of simple moments. Naturally, it is also a less prized tea, and we must be careful to choose it only when we know its exact origin and quality to avoid the risk of using decidedly poor products. The fact that it can be sold in any herbal shop at a low price is certainly not a sign of quality. Let's recap together. Matcha is the powdered tea used in the ceremony, intense, creamy, energizing, perfect for those seeking focus and ritual. Sencha is the most common green tea, fresh, vegetal and balanced, the everyday and social drink of Japan. Bancha is the family tea with large, late-harvested leaves, a light taste, low caffeine, ideal after meals or before going to sleep. 3 teas that come from the same plant but offer completely different sensory and cultural experiences. If we compare them, we can clearly see that each one has a specific role in daily life and Japanese traditions. Now the question is, which of these teas would you like to try first? Let me know in the comments because I'm curious to hear your preferences. If you enjoyed this comparison, leave me a like. It's a small gesture that helps this channel grow and brings tea culture to more and more people. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Every week you'll find new content about the world of tea, from brewing techniques to lesser-known secrets. Until the next cup of tea, and thank you for being with me. Thank you.